Good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. As you can see, what's on here? It's Palm Sunday. Actually Palm Sunday, even though technically this whole weekend is Palm Sunday weekend, but today's actually Sunday, so I can say that this is in fact Palm Sunday. Now, let's get to my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. What's my low, my high, my act of kindness? I guess, my low was the fact it was pretty cold and rainy yesterday. That's really about all I got. My high, however, there's several things. I did it with my family. I finally got to go see Peyton Clark last night, who's like a really good local performer. Like seriously, I heard about how good she is for years. And I finally got to see her last night at Patrick's, which also reminds me, I got to add I finally had an opportunity to add Patrick's to the Cutler list. If you don't know what the Cutler list is, list of places I have that are the best place to go to for a bite to eat or to hang out or whatever. So there you go. Yeah, it was a pretty solid day overall. And my act of kindness was helping my parents watch my nephews as they were getting ready to have dinner. So I did that. It was actually a very, really fun evening. Now, let's see. Actually, let me just look up one thing. There's one thing I want to check out real quick. Hold on. I had to grab my computer mouse. Give me a minute. Because there's a video I think I probably did last year, didn't I? Right. Okay. So, okay, so it's my brother's birthday today, which, happy birthday to my brother. He's probably not watching this, but that's okay, you guys are. It's my brother's birthday today, and every year for his birthday, I try and do something a little bit special. I mean, a couple of years ago, I think I made a video called 13 Thoroughly Thought-Provoking Things About My Brother. Last year, I did a story about a certain conversation we had, a few years ago. It's actually going to be kind of hard. I mean, unfortunately, my brother really isn't like me. I mean, for starters, he's not doing this, obviously. But he actually does tend to keep things to himself, which is kind of ironic given how, whether he wanted to or not, just about all eyes were on him back in the day. For good reasons, of course. He never did anything bad, obviously. And again, it's kind of hard for me to really come up with anything new about my brother because, I mean, again, a few years ago I did a video called 13 Thought-Provoking Things About My Brother. In fact, one of them was the fact that he would wear the number 13 when I know he wore 13 when he played basketball. And he also turned 13 on Friday the 13th. So, yeah, my brother actually, it's as if the number 13 and my brother are very much intertwined. I mean, it's pretty obvious I am quite thankful that I have a brother and that he is in my life. I mean, I don't think I really need to further emphasize how great that is. Of course, I'm sure you guys would probably want a little bit more. That's why you tune in to watch. Actually, this is going to be so cool. So, a few years, and I've told this story before. A few years ago, this was 2021. My mom made a turkey dinner for my brother's birthday, right? And she makes the turkey dinner, and she just takes it all over to my brother's house. So, my father and I and my mom didn't really get to have any of it. That's why for my birthday that year, I made sure I had a turkey dinner so I could actually share mine. But this year, no kidding, my mom is making a turkey dinner again. Even though we just had a turkey dinner last weekend, we're having another one for my brother's birthday. Hopefully this time my brother finally shares. Which, I mean, I'm sure he will. I mean, my mom would not go through the trouble of making a turkey dinner and not, well, here's the thing. Obviously, my brother doesn't care if we have it or not. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's his birthday. But my mom had this crazy idea that, only he should have it, which was weird. My mom is kind of weird if you couldn't tell. But I think it'll be fine. It's one of those things. I'm not going to, be the worst for wear over this or, analyze things too much. So long story short, I have a turkey dinner today, which is awesome. I'm sure my mom is going to ask me to help. Lately when we have these family dinners, if there's mashed potatoes involved, that's usually what I wind up doing. I peel the potatoes for mashed potatoes. So that will most likely be my act of kindness for today that I'll share tomorrow. It's actually really funny because my brother and I are the same height. However, because he is older, he turns 37 today. Because he's older, he obviously got to go through his growth spurts earlier, or, before I did. Obviously, that's how it works. It's usually how it works. And when I reached my brother's height, because here's the thing, because my brother would reach his growth spurts before I did, he was always taller than I am. And now that we're the same height and therefore we're both done growing, I can never be taller than he is. Ever. I mean, I'm not jealous about that. Stuff like the whole, standing, back to back, quite literally back to back, and, seeing how tall someone is, I don't know, it always made me feel kind of small, Even though I'm actually well above average for height. But, I never usually see it, Maybe it's due to my slight inferiority complex, or maybe I really am just that oblivious and naive. But, I never actually see how much taller I am than someone unless I'm standing, right next to them. And even then, I wind up forgetting about that later. So, thank you to my brother for making me feel so small. No, but, I mean, again, just like I said earlier, I love my brother. And I'm extremely thankful that he's in my life. Absolutely. You know, he's a devoted husband, devoted father. You know, he really is an all-around stand-up guy. You know, even though he probably never admits to that part. That's the thing. Like, I've been trying to work on, like, being more open and, you know, like, I mean, every once in a while someone will say, like, they enjoy my videos and stuff like that, which is awesome. But I can't help but feel, like, a little stunned by that a bit, because I'm like, wow, like, I'm actually getting recognition for this. This is crazy. There's no way my brother would ever, like, do anything like this. And if he did, like, I really don't know how he'd feel. Like, I'm pretty sure he'd be a little, like, how do I put this? He'd be just like me in the sense, like, holy cow, I can't believe, like, people are actually watching what I do. And I never really know if I should be, well, I mean, overall I am happy with it, but there's that slight bit of, I guess, embarrassment, if you want to call it that, where I'm like, I hope I didn't say anything bad. I mean, I'm sure I don't say it. Listen, if I said anything bad, I'm sure somebody would have called me out on that years ago. I mean, Anthony, listen, if that video I made a while back about that one guy yelling at me for complimenting his dog is any indication, it is extremely rare if I have anything bad or negative to say about anyone. At least on camera. I mean, what I do off camera, that is my business. But when the phone is in front of me, I press record, I'm all business. You know, I really do try and keep it classy. I really do try and, you know, keep it, well, I'd say keep it 100, but since I know that means using, you know, less than 100 characters, and there's no way in hell I use less than 100 characters in a 15, 16 plus minute video, I'll just say I keep it real. And I keep it, you know, simple and I don't really know if I never know if I use this word correctly, but transparent, even though I think I'm using that word correctly right now. So, yeah. Today is all about celebrating my brother's birthday. It's 1 week before Easter, which, that's really cool. I'm trying to think. To my knowledge, I don't think Easter and my brother's birthday have ever been on the same day before. Or if they have, you know, I'm going to look up something real fast. I wonder, has Easter ever fallen on April 13th? Okay. Has Easter ever been on April 13th? Yes, it has. Okay. Okay, and if so, when? When did it happen? Okay. Okay. Hold on, maybe, okay, so here's a list of Easter dates from 1600 to 2099. Holy cow. Okay, this should be fun. Okay, anything on April? Okay, so okay. Ooh, there's one on April 12th in Oh, cool. Okay. It happened once on April 13th, 1653. And once again on 1664. Hold on. Okay, we have the 1700s now. Okay, 1727. That was Easter also fell on April 13th then. Okay. I think 1600 is when we first started like recording when Easter is. Okay. Okay, 1800. Yeah, in 1800. Cool. 1800 fell on April. Easter was on my brother's birthday. Okay. Actually, I'm sure at this point, I'm sure you guys are wondering, did it ever happen when my brother was alive? Let's see. Keep in mind, like, they don't go from like 1 to 100. They like do it like in rows of 5. So I actually got to read carefully through here. Okay, 1873. Okay, I have an 1873. For the record, I'm not going to remember any of these dates later. Or these years, I mean. It's all April 13th, just what year did it have? Okay, 1900s, here we go. Any in the 1900s before my brother was born, which was 1988. Okay. Okay, 1941. Ooh. Okay, 1941. That happened then. Okay. When my brother was born on April 13th, 1988, Easter was on April 3rd, so literally 10 days before. Okay. Now, has anything happened in his lifetime? Okay. In my brother's lifetime, so 88 to 2025, okay. No, nothing in the 90s. 2000s? No. 2010s? 20? Nope. It is yet to happen in my brother's lifetime. Oh, that's interesting. But it will happen in 2031 and again in 2036. Okay. So, in the next 11 years, Easter will fall on my brother's birthday, not once, but twice. Cool. Okay. That's pretty cool. Any other time after that? Let's see. Not looking like it, at least in this century. Okay. Cool. All right. So, yeah, my brother, I mean, Easter is yet to not fall on my brother's birthday yet, but it has in the past. It just doesn't happen very often. And in the next 11 years, it's going to happen not once, but twice. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to tell my brother that later. I hope you like this video. Like, subscribe to the channel on social media. As always, I'm very humble to make this video. For all of you guys watching, enjoy for name. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Sunday. And remember, if you guys want to talk to him, always going to be here to let him know. Always here back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.